All right, and we're now streaming.
And I have to go back to.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, Paul, thanks. So I can get started?
Hold on.
All right, I think that's a yes. All right, well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the special virtual meeting, Orland City Council. We do hope those who are able to join us via internet are safe and secure. Know that we are doing everything that we can to bring services back to the city of New Orleans so that we can begin the process of recovery from Hurricane Ida. New Orleans today, as we know, is a much different city from the one that Hurricane Katrina devastated 60 years ago. Our levees are stronger, our infrastructure is more resilient, but one thing remains the same: remarkable overcome. We are having a special meeting today to deal with a handful of matters necessary to help New Orleans continue in its recovery. We are meeting virtually because of power and access that remain a challenge in the city. And I would say that power is still our greatest emergency, but we have our deepest gratitude to the thousands of crews who are here in the city of New Orleans working day and night, 24/7 to get power back up in our city. As you know, Hurricane Ida has disrupted the city's information technology infrastructure. For those of us able to join us,
That I could get internet on.
work for today's meeting. Our agenda has been available online at our YouTube channel and the council's social media accounts for the last 24 hours. In accordance, we have done our best for public comment. Those of you who wish to submit comment and have not submit your public comment during this meeting via email to Paul Harang at paul.harang, HARANG @NOLA.gov. Once again, that's paul.harang, spelled HARANG @NOLA.gov. Your email, your name and address. At the top, constraints and the continued uncertainty of our internet access will not break for public comment, but will continue to accept comments throughout the meeting. Before the council votes on any agenda item, a moderator will read into the record all pertaining to that item. Comments will be read aloud in a normal speaking voice. The moderator will discontinue reading a comment once it exceeds 2 minutes. The germaneness rules will be strictly enforced. Comments must be related to the calendar motion and budget ordinances under consideration. No member of the public may submit more than one written comment per agenda item. And so those are the rules we will be following for this special emergency meeting. With that, Madam Clerk, I turn it over to you for roll call.
Roll call. Councilmember Nguyen.
Present.
Councilmember Brissette.
Present.
Councilmember Glapion.
Present.
Councilmember Moreno.
Present.
Councilmember Giselson Palmer.
Present.
Councilmember Banks.
Present.
Councilmember Jeruso.
Present.
We have 7 members. We have a quorum. We have motion M21-337 by Councilmember Moreno. A motion postponing the September 2nd, 2021 regular meeting of the City Council until September the 9th, 2021. We need a move in a second, please.
So
Moved.
move.
Second.
Councilmember Glapion move.
I'm
Councilmember,
sorry, I have a question,
yes.
Council President. Are we following the same rules from the previous Zoom? Do we have to just read the record and let it hold over for like half an hour to allow for public comment and then come back on?
No.
Given Councilmember, given the internet challenges, what I'm going to have, in fact, before we move, I'd like the clerk to just read the agenda into the record in its entirety to give people some additional time to comment during the meeting, and then we can go back to M21-337. We're not going to do the 30-minute break. We just don't, given the uncertainty over the internet connection and the fact that we've done our best and we're in an emergency posture, I think we're fine as far as the open meetings law.
That's great. I just wanted that clarified for the public. Thank you. I'm fine with that. If you would just, so we're reading everything, not voting right now, correct?
That's correct. So Laura, if you would just read the agenda before we take up 337.
Okay. The first thing, well, I just read the motion into the record. Number 3, ordinance calendar number 33,331 by Councilmember Brissette by request. An ordinance to amend ordinance number 28,550 MCS as amended, entitled an ordinance providing an operating budget of revenues for the city of New Orleans for the year 2021 to appropriate federal grant funds from intergovernmental transfers to the mayor's office of Homeland Security for federal emergency management agency reimbursement related costs and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Item number 4, ordinance calendar number 33,332 by Councilmember Brissette by request. An ordinance to amend ordinance number 28,551 MCS as amended, entitled an ordinance providing an operating budget of expenditures for the city of New Orleans for the year 2021 to appropriate federal grant funds from intergovernmental transfers to the mayor's office of Homeland Security for federal emergency management agency reimbursement related costs and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Adam, do you want me to read this letter into the record also?
Let's read that letter is, we're only going to take that up under suspension if motion M 21-337 passes. So at that time, let's read it into the record then.
Okay, that's fine.
And we go to item number 2, Madam Clerk, if you could just read that and I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have motion M 21-337 by Councilmember Moreno, a motion postponing the September 2nd, 2021 regular meeting of the City Council until September the 9th, 2021.
Thanks, ma'am. So that's all it does. Obviously, we weren't able to have our full council meeting today. Hoping, fingers crossed, that maybe we can have it next week on September 9th. So this just adjusts our calendar. I'll make a motion to approve. Can I get a second, please?
Second.
Second.
For Brissette, Madam.
Councilmember Nguyen,
Yay.
Councilmember Brissette,
Yay.
Councilmember Glapion,
Yay.
Councilmember Moreno,
Okay.
Councilmember Gissison Palmer,
Yay.
Councilmember Banks,
Yay.
Councilmember Jeruso.
Yay.
We have 7 yeas, no nays, and the motion has been adopted. I have a letter that I received on September the 2nd, 2021. Honorable Laura Johnson, Clerk of Council, 1300 Perdido Street, New Orleans, Louisiana, 70112. Dear Madam Clerk, as this special meeting on September the 2nd, 2021, the City Council will entertain motion number M 21-337, postponing its September 2nd, 2021 regular meeting as a result of Hurricane Ida. At the request of the Council President, in accordance with my authority under the Louisiana Revised Statute 29-727F and Mayoral Proclamation of Emergency Number 2021-7266, please be advised that I'm hereby suspending any regulatory deadline for City Council action, including without limitation deadlines arising under the comprehensive zoning ordinance that might occur between the date of this letter and the date on which the next regular council meeting occurs. This suspension order shall become effective upon the passage of motion M 21-337. Sincerely, LaToya Cantrell, Mayor, City of New Orleans. We need to suspend the rules to receive this communication.
Thank you, ma'am. Members, I'd ask the mayor to please do this for us so that anyone who had any land use matters or other regulatory matters that were on deadline, that those deadlines would be waived due to this emergency. So I appreciate the mayor putting that into an order. Accept the communication. I get
Second.
a Madam Clerk. I guess, yes,
Councilmember Nguyen,
Yay.
Councilmember Brissette,
Yay.
Councilmember Glapion,
Yay.
Councilmember Moreno,
Yay.
Councilmember Banks,
Can you hear me? Yay.
Councilmember Gissison Palmer,
Yay.
Councilmember Jeruso.
Yay.
We have 7 yeas, no nays, and the rules are suspended. We need to further suspend the rules to add this to the agenda.
So moved. Second.
It was moved by Councilmember Moreno, seconded by Councilmember Banks. Councilmember Wynn,
Yay.
Councilmember Brissette,
Yay.
Councilmember Glapion,
Yes.
Councilmember Moreno,
Yay.
Councilmember Gissison Palmer,
Yay.
Councilmember Banks,
Yay.
Councilmember Jeruso.
Yay.
It has now been added to the agenda, and all we need to do is vote on it.
I'll make a motion to.
Second.
It was moved by Councilmember Moreno, seconded by Councilmember Banks. Councilmember Wynn?
Madam Clerk,
Yes,
Yay.
sir.
this is the motion, right?
This is the letter from the mayor asking that everything be suspended. The motion was already adopted.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Councilmember Brissette,
Yay.
Councilmember Glapion,
Yay.
Councilmember Moreno,
Yay.
Councilmember Gissison Palmer,
Yay.
Councilmember Banks,
Yay.
Councilmember Jeruso.
Yay.
7 yeas, no nays, and the letter has been received and will appear upon the agenda. We're now going to item number 3, ordinance calendar number 33,331 by Councilmember Brissette by request. An ordinance to amend ordinance number 28,550 MCS as amended, entitled an ordinance providing an operating budget of revenues for the city of New Orleans for the year 2021 to appropriate federal grant funds from intergovernmental transfers to the Mayor's Office of Homeland Security for Federal Emergency Management Agency reimbursement, related costs, and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
Thank you, Madam Clerk, and good morning, colleagues and members of the public. I think I speak for the entire council when I say, as the vote we all hope we never have to take, passing these budget ordinances means that we've been faced with a natural disaster, even though none of us ever wanted to be, of course, in this scenario. But we are privileged to take this critical step forward in our recovery. Hurricane Ida has put us to the test. We were all relieved to find that our levees held and protect us from the nightmare that was Hurricane Katrina. But we did not get away unscathed. Our entire city was without power and continues much of it without power, most of the city as we speak. We lost shingles and trees and utility poles, and many people still struggle to get in contact with their families. But through all of this, we are still New Orleans. And I know, like all of you, you've heard stories of neighbors helping each other clean out their yards. We've seen that throughout the last few days. I've seen people with generators open their homes so others could charge their phones and provide air conditioning for relief. We've seen local restaurants open their doors and let people take any food they had left. And so we will survive. Ida may have shaken us, but it will not change who we are. We have a long road ahead, but these ordinances today that are before us is a critical step towards our recovery and coming back stronger than ever before, and puts us in a posture to get our reimbursements for what we've been putting out as a city for thus far. And as you all know, we've been strapped by tragedy on top of tragedy over the last few years. We have our CAO on the line, Gilbert Montano, to provide some more information.
You all hear me? Our internet is in and out, maybe a wave. So, okay, great. Madam President, Budget Chair, members of the council, thank you for this special emergency meeting. It is very timely and necessary, and I know that some steps have had to be taken to even allow for this meeting to have. So we appreciate the accommodation. It is a vital and important and pertinent time to address these issues. And I also thank you for allowing us to put our mid-year on the letter of introduction for first reading as well, which is also an important piece as we stagger through the financial stability post-storm. And that is ultimately what we're trying to address right now is commodities to our people, protection of our places and assets, as well as our people, and certainly ensuring that we have a fast and efficient recovery. These ordinances, both on the expenditure and the revenue side, are a vital piece for us to begin the work and not upfront our general fund, precious general fund dollars, so that we have longevity through this process. FEMA has approved 100% reimbursement, I believe, through September 22nd for categories A and B, which is a vital piece. But we want to make sure as soon as that work hits the ground and the first project worksheet is established, we have a mechanism and a function through FEMA to be able to get reimbursed for that quickly, or in some cases fronted that cash. This tool allows us to do that, and any other standing questions I'm happy to address, but this essentially is the vehicle to help and begin the financial cleanup on the ground, both to the public and the residents that so desperately needed as we move to now clean up our city and rebuild whatever has been broken as a result of Ida. I would stand for any questions you may have, but once again, our appreciation and gratitude as we are operating on a lot of unknown and future challenges, certainly even within our own building right now. So from there, I will pause because I know there is a certainly time that we're all trying to accommodate.
Gilbert, right quick. So it's 100% reimbursement. Did you say until the end of September date you mentioned?
It's 30. Yeah.
Share or clarify that, please.
Chairman Brossette, members of the council, yes, it is 100% category A and B until I believe September 26th. I want to double check that exact number. It's 30 days from the declaration that we are able to do that. From there, it could either go 75, 25, 90, 10. The governor expressed yesterday that they're sending a letter to extend that 100% reimbursement, and that's unknown, but we're going to operate at least within that 30 days to get as much identified, contracted, and subsidized to the best of our ability.
All right, thank you. Colleagues, any questions? Is there any public comment?
Councilmember, we have one comment on this item. It was submitted by Andrew Grafe of the Historic Faubourg Treme Association. Mr. Harang, pertaining to the meeting tomorrow and the proposed resolutions to access funds for use with hurricane recovery, it has been brought to my attention that many insurance companies and FEMA will not cover costs of evacuation unless the mayor declares a mandatory evacuation. I am further told that this can be done retroactively without impact to the recovery efforts. Any light you can shed on this would be greatly appreciated so I can spread the word. Thank you, and I hope you and yours are safe and doing okay. And that's the only germane comment submitted for today's meeting.
Thank you. Gilbert, do you want to touch on that public comment?
Chairman Brossette, members of the committee, I will touch on it in a tangential sort of way. We have represented in our EOC about 3 various direct FEMA providers and assessors, as well as those providing information. Each of the press conferences, they have been a part of that, and they have actually been disseminating some of the misinformation that has been going around. So I would encourage the listener and or the person to go directly to the source, which is FEMA, which we have on the ground. And if they just pull back any of those press conferences, they've alleviated some of those direct questions about the declaration of emergency, the reimbursement process, and everything of the like. So my answer to that question is, let's just go directly to the FEMA representative who's here and has been addressing direct questions both to the media and the public and via their website and their Twitter and everything of the like, so that we're all on the same page with how FEMA processes this overall reimbursement. Do I save my hotel receipts and all of the like questions that we're certainly getting. So our direction is to just go straightly to FEMA, fill out the application and provide that information directly from them.
Right, Gilbert, I think I thank you for your answer. I think the public comment and what probably my colleagues have heard on the ground as well, the public comment was more geared towards, will FEMA address the homeowners insurance question as it relates to filing claims? Will they address that? That's the complaints that I know of. I've heard. I can't speak for my colleagues.
Mr. Chair, so I don't talk out of my lane or my school, let me double check. I believe I know the answer to that, but until I get complete verification, because I don't want to misguide anybody, let me get back with you and then let you all put something out more specifically and directly from FEMA.
And just so you're clear, the concern is that homeowners insurance claims will not go through because a mandatory evacuation was not called, and loss of use would not be approved. So that's the.
I mean, the information I have, that is not true. That's a rumor and that's misinformation. But once again, I want that to come directly from FEMA, not the city, right? Because that's ultimately how they work their process.
Okay. Thank you. Give us an update when you can. We appreciate it. I would move adoption and ask for a second.
Second.
Seconded by Council President Moreno.
Councilmember Nguyen,
Yay.
Councilmember Brissette,
Yay.
Councilmember Glapion,
Yay.
Councilmember Moreno,
Yay.
Councilmember Gissison Palmer,
Yay.
Councilmember Banks,
Yay.
Councilmember Jeruso.
Yay.
We have 7 yeas, no nays. Ordinance calendar number 33,331 has been adopted. We have ordinance calendar number 33,332 by Councilmember Brissette by request. An ordinance to amend ordinance number 28,551 MCS as amended, entitled an ordinance providing an operating budget of expenditures for the city of New Orleans for the year 2021 to appropriate federal grant funds from intergovernmental transfers to the Mayor's Office of Homeland Security for Federal Emergency Management Agency reimbursement related costs and otherwise to provide with respect thereto.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. This is the companion ordinance. Would move adoption.
So moved.
Seconded by Councilmember Palmer. Any public comment?
No public comment.
Thank you.
Councilmember Nguyen, Councilmember Nguyen, Councilmember Brissette,
Yes.
Councilmember Glapion,
Yay.
Councilmember Moreno,
Yay.
Councilmember Gissison Palmer,
Yay.
Councilmember Banks,
Yay.
Councilmember Jeruso,
Yay.
Councilmember Nguyen.
Yay.
We have 7 yeas. Ordinance calendar number 33,332 has been adopted.
Madam Clerk, who was the second on that?
Councilmember Gissison Palmer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Madam Clerk and colleagues. Thank you. And I appreciate, I wanted to mention in my opening remarks, besides the power issue, some people did flood and had flooded properties in this, in Hurricane Ida. I know throughout the Lakeview area and throughout some of our communities, mid-city, even in the Gentilly area. So I did not want to leave that unmentioned. So I appreciate your support. Anybody has any comments? Please completes today's agenda items.
I believe
Thank
we
you.
have first.
We got to suspend the rules to read ordinances on first reading.
Move to suspend.
Second,
Councilmember Wynn,
Yay.
Councilmember Brissette,
Yay.
Councilmember Glapion,
Yay.
Councilmember Moreno,
Yay.
Councilmember Gissison Palmer,
yay.
Councilmember Banks,
Yay.
Councilmember Jeruso.
Yay.
We have 7 yeas, no nays, and the rules have been suspended.
Colleagues, today on first reading will be the administration's introduction of the American Rescue Plan that they have been informing us over the past few months relative to the appropriation from Congress and the law signed in by President Biden for the different agencies and departments throughout city government.
The first ordinance on first read is calendar number 33,440 by Councilmember Brissette by request. An ordinance to amend ordinance number 28,550 MCS as amended, entitled an ordinance providing an operating budget of revenues for the city of New Orleans for the year 2021 to appropriate American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA funds provided to the city of New Orleans and Orleans Parish in direct assistance from the United States Department of Treasury to support the ongoing pandemic response and economic recovery, which will be used to restore government services impacted by a reduction in revenue. This ordinance covers the first tranche allocation for Orleans Parish in the amount of $37,890,449 and the second tranche allocation in the amount of $155,871,075.50 and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Calendar number 33,441 by Councilmember Brissette by request. An ordinance to amend ordinance number 28,551 MCS as amended, entitled an ordinance providing an operating budget of expenditures for the city of New Orleans for the year 2021 to appropriate American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA funds provided to the city of New Orleans and Orleans Parish in direct assistance from the United States Department of Treasury to support the ongoing pandemic response and economic recovery, which will be used to restore government services impacted by a reduction in revenue. This ordinance covers the first tranche allocation for Orleans Parish in the amount of $37,890,449 and the second tranche allocation in the amount of $155,871,075.50 and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. Ordinance calendar number 33,442 by Councilmember Brissette by request. An ordinance to amend ordinance number 28,550 MCS as amended, entitled an ordinance providing an operating budget of revenues for the city of New Orleans for the year 2021 to appropriate American Rescue Plan Act, ARPA funds to restore government services impacted by a reduction in revenue and otherwise to provide with respect thereto. And that's the last ordinance for first read.
Council members, if there's nothing else, we can move to adjourn the meeting.
Thank you, Madam. Oh,
I need a move in a second, please.
thank you,
Thanks, Greg.
Madam Clerk.
Huh?
Madam Clerk, I just wanted to, I see Gilbert is still on the line. Gilbert,
Okay.
did you say something about the first read and the ARP filing, American Rescue Plan introduction?
President, Chairman Brissette, members of the council, yes, once again, thank you again for allowing us to place this on first read. This is a vital and important budget ordinance for our mid-year cleanup. As you've known throughout the last several months of our presentations and through the pandemic, we expected to have to tap into some level of our ARP funding to allow us to have the continuity of services and the restoration of services through the remainder of the year. This ordinance does that for the remainder of this year. This is separate and apart, of course, from our fiscal year 2022 budget process, but this is a very vital, important piece and component to both restore services to our public safety agencies and allow us to have the continuity of government and restoration thereof. As you all remember, we had to significantly and drastically cut our budget over $100 million. We did that, and now we're trying to isolate as much efficiencies and savings as we can, but without bleeding to death. We do have to resurge our various departments, both with staff, employees, and ability to maneuver through overtime use and the like, specifically our public safety agencies. And more importantly now, as we're trying to recover from Hurricane Ida. So the timeliness and the sequence of this is absolutely vital. Other than that, the presentations that we've provided are forthcoming. I know that you all will like some significant more detail on how this about $76+ million is going to be allocated through the remainder of the year, because this will also be a baseline for many reoccurring costs as we move into 2022. Those will be forthcoming from our public safety agencies and all the operations agencies affected by that. And as we've always said, we're not going to use all of our money because it's certainly required and maintains the financial stability for having it for subsequent years, which we're trying to project as well, based on the cost. That's the elevator kind of summary overview of the ordinance in general. Just to say that we will have more further presentations, we hope on a brighter and better day, AC and water and power to come. But that is what the comments are. I can also address any questions that you all have specifically to the first reading, because I know it is an important topic that has been certainly close to all the council as expected.
Thank you, Gilbert.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
By Councilmember Palmer. Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Nguyen. Councilmember Brissette.
Yay.
All right, Councilmember Glapion,
Yay.
Councilmember Moreno,
Yay.
Councilmember Gissison Palmer,
yay.
Councilmember Banks,
Yay.
Councilmember Jeruso.
Yay.
We have 7 yeas, no nays, and the meeting has been adjourned.
Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you,